Hi everyone, Pisshoppers here with some Bloody Queen gameplay. The map is moonlit. I spawned a broken carousel, so the survivor key spot is tent. But I don't go towards tent though because of I know someone's at first stop and Bloody Queen has a lot of flexibility at first stop more than other hunters. So I go towards first stop. I find the priestess first. Though the priestess is really hesitant on getting onto the roller coaster because I can mirror to second stop and terror strike her off of it. So I see her being hesitant. And since she's so hesitant, I can just put a mirror down and hit her while she's just running away, which is exactly what happens here. And she makes her way to 2-story. 2-story is a very strong place for priestess because she can keep looping it over and over again with portals. And you really can't do much about it, to be honest. So she makes a portal again to 2-story and I follow right behind her. I see the bot, and your first priority as a hunter is always to kill the mechanic's bot because that kind of stops Cypher Rush very well by killing the bot, which gives you more time to do more things like chase the priestess in 2-story, for example. The cowboy was there helping the priestess navigate to better areas. He should technically be decoding, but if he can help her kite longer and if they can kite 2 more ciphers, then his harassing was worth it. But in this scenario, it wasn't worth it because of he lassoed her, but then I blanked to get him down instead of chasing the priestess still, since that was an easy blank down. The mechanic only has half of her bot left, 2 injured people. Her decoding is really bad. They're leaving the merc to decode who doesn't already have the best decoding, so they're in a bad situation right now. I tried to mirror the priestess, but I misangle my mirror by a little bit, and she gets away from me, and it's okay, you know. I still have someone down, and I can keep harassing the cipher she goes to later. So it's okay for the most part. I didn't want to keep chasing her because I knew they were going to rescue eventually. I mean, they're not going to leave the cowboy on the chair. If they don't rescue, then it's basically a loss at that point, kind of, if I can down whoever I chase next fast enough. I switched my trait because at this point in the game, I wasn't sure if they were going to rescue or not, and I needed to get to the next person, well, the person I want to find, aka the mechanic, as fast as possible. So I switched to teleport to do that since I know already where she is. I get to Nidus and I realize someone's coming to rescue. And then I see the merc. I try cutting off the merc so I get to a chair before he can, but he uses an elbow pad and gets it before I can. I hit him, and then I go to mirror the cowboy. Since I know the cowboy's like insta-lassoing over Bloody Queens, I move out the way a little bit, and he tries to insta-lasso, and since he's in that animation, I'm able to get a hit off. This cowboy does a good job at moving me into the corner because it wastes more time for me to go chase someone next if I'm in the corner than let's say if I was in the middle of the map, for example. So I try him as close as I can to the middle of the map as possible so I can mirror to the next closest cipher and then try chasing the person who's there. The cipher was in 2-story, so I mirrored there, and the merc just happened to be there, which was unfortunate, fine for me. But I at least want to try getting a hit off on him or forcing him to waste his elbow pass for an easier endgame for me. Worst case if I can't kill anyone fast enough. So after I made him use his elbow pad, I teleported away to the mechanic. And since that's the easiest chase I could have, she most likely will be an easy down in under, let's say, 30 seconds. But the main reason why I left the mercenary was because of they are forced to heal him. If they don't heal him, then I can mirror on top of him later and down him while he's at the last cipher. But I get a free hit on the mechanic and I mirror on top of her. You know, as Bloody Queen, you always want to try doing that as much as you can. If you can hit someone before you can mirror them, then mirror on top of them, that's literally an insta down. But don't get too greedy with it and just try to keep hitting them and never use your mirror because if you do that, you're going to get kited. But regardless, I'm carrying her as far away from the other survivors as possible, so I could probably stuff the priestess or the mercenary depending on who came, because they just popped the 2 ciphers, so they're starting a new cipher, which gives me enough time to get the mechanic half on chair, and if I can down her after they pop the cipher relatively fast, then I can teleport to the gate and win that way. The priestess does a good job getting around me, so I can't get a free hit off on her just to mirror her or mirror back to that chair so she can't rescue. So now I'm just trying to go after the mechanic and get a hit off of her. But I realized that if I just leave the priestess to be the priestess, then she'll most likely pop the cipher and it still could be a tie. So if I can get a double hit off before they can prime the cipher, I do try to and I get one off. So At this point, I'll just take the priestess and I'll look for the mechanic later. Because at this point, no one can rescue. I see the mechanic's doll and I hit her doll to see where she is, because if the mechanic still has her doll on her and I break it, then it gives me a notification exactly where she's at, and that's exactly what happened. So I saw her in the distance and I got the notification, so I went to go pick her up. And at this point, I see that the Cypher's wiggling, so my plan is just to teleport there, because of the mercenary cannot physically make it to any of the chairs. The merc was just standing there forcing me to hit him, so I just hit him because I can just mirror him instantly and he just dies, unless he has L-Pies left, which he unfortunately doesn't. So I hit the merc, and that is the match over. Hope you guys enjoyed.